Okay, everybody ready? I will call the meeting to order. First order of business is approval of our minutes from the last meeting. Everybody have a chance to read them?
No.
Yes, I would like to approve the minutes from the last meeting.
Okay, so Terry has moved.
Second.
Ray has seconded. Everybody in agreement? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Meeting minutes from the last meeting are approved. Next order of business would be continuing our discussion on the request for variance for the pool. I see that we got some questions answered. Does anybody have any other questions?
So when you said the 3 foot, I assume that based on your answer, the 3 foot concrete is already in this measurement that you've provided. And then one of the questions that we had is how deep will the pool be?
5 feet,
5 feet
all the way across.
all the way across?
Well, I mean, it'll taper one end, but yeah.
Okay. And then you answered the question that you plan to install a hard automatic cover.
Yes.
My concern with that is, right, like, how do we know that the cover's gonna be on at all times?
Well, I'm not a moron.
What's that?
I'm not stupid. I'll make sure it's closed.
And I respect, I hear that, but I personally think that a pool, fence around the pool itself is gonna be more of a safety measure for the people in the community or kids just kind of being kids or, so that was my biggest concern.
I do have a fence around the property. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
and
not-
I'm talking like a 4 or 5 foot fence. Because your fence, kids can still get over that fence, right? Water attracts kids. Again, giving my opinion. I'm looking at a safety measure. I think all the majority of the in-ground pools in our community are fenced in with a bigger fence, that for privacy reasons and safety reasons. So that's where my thought is coming from.
And I have experience with automatic pool covers.
Mhm.
They break. They break a lot. If your pool cover is broken, it's not going to get closed.
I do think that I do probably one of the best jobs in town of maintaining my property and making sure that I take care of everything. I can't imagine that'd be a problem. I have 2 dogs. I don't want the dogs to fall in the pool either. I have grandchildren. I'm going to make sure I'm watching my property correctly. From what I understand, the hard pool cover complies with every other zoning requirement in the communities, without having to have the higher fence around it. But if that's how you feel, then that's how you feel. I'm not gonna do it if we have to put a 6 foot fence around my entire property. I mean, that would look silly. So,
Well, could you do the higher fence around the pool itself? Like without going around the entire property? I mean, right, like we're coming off one side of your house with that, I mean, I'm not saying you have to have a 6 foot fence around your entire home, that's not what I'm saying. I'm looking at the pool itself. Like, right, what would that look like?
I mean, that would carve up my yard in half.
Pool's gonna make it pretty tight, tight to begin with. Yeah.
And it would create, I mean, and then I'm not a big fan of putting the fence directly on the property line, even though it's possible, I understand that. I like to be able to mow both sides of it. I'll be honest, I probably won't do it if that's gonna be the requirement.
Your thoughts?
can require it. Like I say, I would feel better. Mr. McNaughton is the one assuming liability for the pool, not the town, so.
And then, I mean, I am an attorney, I do pay attention to liability issues and make sure that I do a good job with those things. I'm very cognizant of safety. I do think you guys have to admit, I'm probably one of the very best people in town at maintaining my property and keeping things the way they should be. I try very hard at that, to present and do a good job, be a good neighbor.
Anybody have any other questions?
No?
No?
Do we have a motion on the request?
I'll make a motion on that request to approve it.
Okay, Ray has made a motion to approve. Do I have a second? Without a second, we cannot proceed on the motion.
Let me make sure I understand something correctly. If it weren't for the property line differences, I wouldn't have to get the variance, correct?
Say that again?
Without the property line variances request, I wouldn't have to do anything in Fremont, correct? So I could put the pool, as long as the pool didn't get too close to the property line, I wouldn't have to be here for this. We wouldn't have to go through this process, and I could do the pool anyway.
Well, you'd still have to have a permit, a zoning permit.
From
But
the
if you-
county?
Yeah, but if you,
No,
no, you
from
still have to
here.
get it from here because of the zoning.
Oh,
So you'd still have to have your zoning permit, but you wouldn't have to do a BZA if it met the setbacks.
okay.
So the only reason you have to do this is BZA.
Is because you're asking for the variance of
I-
the, because
Thank you
it
for the
doesn't
correction.
reach that.
I hadn't researched it.
Yeah, the variance
Yeah.
request is because he doesn't meet setbacks. Correct.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you guys for considering.
Thank you.
Well, so for lack of motion, the variance request has come to its end.
Make a motion for adjournment.
Do we have any other discussion we'd like to
Sorry,
make?
did you say right? Did you say something?
Hmm?
Oh, I thought he was adding something or saying something.
Hmm.
Don't have anything else, right? Not for BZA.
Is there any other business to come before the BZA tonight?
There's not for me.
Yes, ma'am.
Well,
Or do we have to wait until?
yes, that's, okay.
This is a whole different board.
Okay, sorry. Sorry about that.
If you're looking for planning commission, they're not here to Well, if that is all of our business, do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
And I will second.
And everybody in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion is carried. Meeting